Christianity and Christian identity, which is based technically white identity. Me, I don't practice Christianity because I know the version of Christianity that we were given by these folks is completely whitewashed and backwards. So if I'm gonna be a Christian, I might as well join the Ethiopian church or the Coptic church out of Egypt. Well, I'm gonna go all the way to the original source. So when you listen to Anton and all these motherfuckers say they are what you call Christians, and any of the doctrine, it shows you the teachings of Jesus, it to show empathy for your fellow man and woman, to show love and compassion. That's what I always thought that was taught in the Bible. I guess I was wrong. Because every time I hear these motherfuckers like Anton Daniels talk about Christianity, it makes me sick to the stomach. That these guys don't even follow that doctrine all the way to the T, but they'll run around talking about, I'm a Christian. But you don't have no empathy. And like I said, the way that Anton Daniels taught, you would literally think that he's a goddamn tether. I really think that he's a tether, an undercover tether. But that's just me. You know, I think he's an undercover tether. And you know, I think that he don't want to come out and say it, but that's what I think he is. You know, and by the simple fact is that he said he against black FBA, he don't call himself FBA. So what you call yourself, Anton Daniels? You said, well, black is a social construct. But nigga, you go to certain towns in the South, they'll let you know who you are and what you are, Anton. You can't escape from being black, nigga, no matter how you try to. And see, Anton, why I go in on him so hard, because he's a fucking hypocrite. You come into red pill, you started off in red pill spaces and shit, and now you move to this more outright, you know, position where you try to get, basically you going after the bag. Let's keep it real, Anton, you a bag chaser. And I understand it's easy to throw black people up under the bus. I get it. Shout out to Sarge Willie P. Sanders. But you got a group of people that can't dole out no punishment because, you know, we don't pay nobody. I'm pretty sure it's black people that own Fortune 500 companies. But people like Anton, he I guess, him and an Angry Man, but at least Angry Man know how far to go with the shit. Angry Man, he know how far to go. He ain't gonna go too far over where he alienate the people that follow him. He ain't gonna go too far with the shit. You know, there's something I noticed about him. He kind of Angry Man is kind of like a fucking Mace Windu. You know, he know how to balance the shit. But ultimately, he's trying, Anton Daniels is basically doing this shit for a bag. And number one, he gets up on Corey Holcomb, which I was hoping that Corey Holcomb would take him out and beat his ass. Because I would have. I mean, this gonzo looking ass, four-eyed geek, he ain't about really that life for real. He was calling out Corey Holcomb. But I understand Corey Holcomb's position. But me, if I was on that show, I'm like, well, I'll tell you what, I'll fight in behalf of them. That's why that nigga got security. Anton had to get, a nigga like him had to get security because he probably always this notion that in order to be a conservative, you gotta side with white supremacy, damn near. You gotta side a pack with white supremacy. You can be conservative, have conservative views without kissing white people ass. White people are not the motherfucking masters of conservatism. They're not the masters of conservatism. Let me say that one more again. Whiteness does not make you akin to conservatism. Because even they are not as conservative as they think of themselves. They're really not conservative. But like I said, these motherfuckers use to say I'm a Christian and I have Christian values. In order, I gotta be akin to whiteness to have Christian views and have no empty. You promoting a religion that teaches forgiveness and empathy. Last time I checked, Anton Daniels. But you got black fatigue. You're a fucking clown. Anton Daniels, you're a fucking clown. I don't even see how your wife stayed married to you, man. I really don't. You know what? I wouldn't doubt if she's actually cheating on your ass. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't. Cause you such a putz. You're a fucking putz, dude. It ain't because you have conservative views. No, I have conservative views. But to be a straight up buck dancing, tap dancing, cool ass nigga like yourself, nah, nigga. We don't see eye to eye. And I'm glad Marquette called him out on that shit. And basically destroyed Anton Daniels. Shout out to Marquette for doing that.